This module is about how Headspace centres can engage with sports clubs or community clubs in general. Essentially, community clubs try to work towards respectful interactions with people, genuine care and concern for others, promote ways to encourage good health, well-being and connectedness, be a local information hub, try to reduce the stigma of mental illness and encourage help seeking, and promote healthy habits such as safe alcohol consumption or responsible gambling. There's a lot of government agencies, services and organisations working towards making sure that schools and clubs and community spaces are much more in tune with these concepts. There are some simple steps at sports clubs that will provide positive changes, and I think it's important for Headspace centres to be across these. Sports clubs should establish some level of commitment to mental health and well-being. After all, people are there to look at healthy habits and there to engage and enjoy. So mental health is a fundamental concept of these behaviours. There's some simple steps that schools, There's some simple steps that There's some simple steps that sport clubs can undertake to make sure that mental health is at the core of what they're doing. After all, people are there to have fun and connect. Sports club can establish a commitment to what they're doing in mental health, have a plan and understand how they might drive positive behaviours. They need to spend some time thinking and planning for programs and activities that might drive some of these behaviours and approach good mental health at their club. They might have evenings, they might have particular days where they engage families, or they might be specifically looking at young people and children as a part of their club and safe space. If they reflect on plans and activities in the past years, they'll be able to assess the measure of success. If they reflect on their activities in the last couple of years, working with sports clubs will give you a good sense of where they're at on the continuum of being a good mental health club. What they should understand is that they can do simple things to improve their club and improve mental health for young people. I can't read that. These are my strategies.
We can do one at a time and I can make them bigger.
How can we do that?
Or maybe if you just want to read them and actually on the screen at this point we'll just have...
You'll put them up.
Yeah,
Yeah, is that okay?
So just try and keep your head up a little bit so that it doesn't
Yep.
change yourself.
Timmy, you ready? This module will be able to give you some understanding of strategies and ways that sports clubs can improve mental health, and Headspace centres can assist in some of these. We promote strategies... This section of the module will look at specific strategies to improving mental health from a sports club perspective. There's also... how can I say this? Because these are written as promoting strategies. Okay. There's some simple strategies in understanding how you can improve mental health straight away at your sports club, and it's important for centres can encourage clubs to do this. No, sorry Timmy. There are some simple strategies that sports clubs can do today to improve mental health, and centres can be across these and assist in these. Sports clubs could provide good mental health material. It's as simple as displaying posters, information, fact sheets for players or community members and putting them in a visible place around the club and around buildings. Mental health information or how to access services is also really important to go on websites and make sure that you promote other services like Headspace, Lifeline, Kids Helpline and agencies where people can receive service or counselling support. Try to use inclusive language at sports clubs. When they address each other or in public speaking, avoid terms that might increase mental health stigma and avoid terms that might be derogatory or insensitive. Talking in a sensitive and inclusive way will actually be a really simple way forward to making people feel cared for at a sports club. Social media is a really important space and so is website. Mental health messages is a great way to share these on links, and helpful websites can be linked to your sports club website. I'm talking this like I'm talking to a sports club though. This should be for centres, shouldn't it?
It's for centres.
Okay. All right, hang on. Let me summarise this.
Is it about like providing the
information?
resources and
Yeah.
and encouraging them to use inclusive language.
Yep. So can you just summarise what are you reading? So it's resources,
Providing them with resources.
inclusive language,
Yeah.
referral pathways,
Referral pathways.
and that's probably it. And attending and going to activities and events. All right.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do those 4 things. I'm going to scrap that. Okay. It's simple to approach. No, it's not simple. Approaching a sports club or a community club is as simple as pointing out 2 or 3 behavioural changes they can do to improve mental health. From a Headspace Centre perspective, building mental health literacy and help seeking are the 2 things that you can change today and support sports clubs. Sorry, Timmy. Building mental health literacy and improving help seeking are 2 really simple platforms that Headspace Centres can approach sport clubs on. Building mental health literacy is simple as putting posters up, using social media, websites, connecting information and people. A lot of people want to know more about mental health and how to address it, and the more you can make this friendly and accessible, then the better it is. So provide clubs with simple links, simple resources, fact sheets, and that's a great way forward. Around help seeking, you might want to go and do talks, presentations, and be visible at activities and promote the brand of Headspace. This means that families are used to seeing Headspace, and when it does come the time that they need services or support, they're more likely to step in the direction of Headspace. We also need to make it really clear for families and club members that using GP and the mental health system is a great way to seek help. We also need to make it simple for people to access mental health services. The last thing you can help clubs do is to respond and understand risk or concern, how to notice it and what to do if somebody's at risk. Centres can help sports clubs by setting up a great relationship, being strategic about how you approach that club or multiple clubs in your area, and talking about the type of activities that you can do with them. Give them resources and make sure that what they're using is evidence-based. They often will rely on a base of volunteers, so make sure that what you're doing with that sports club is quick and efficient. Sizes of sports clubs can really differ, and the type of sports will present you with different cultures. Clubs and groups are often the heart of local communities, and this is a great way to promote strategies of good mental health, so use them as a good central hub. Make sure that you have a point of contact at a sports club. Be a regular person who makes contact with them and check in with them during the year. Be proactive and give them information. Talk to them about how they might improve help seeking of their young people or their players. Arrange phone calls or face-to-face meetings with that sports club. Understand the local knowledge of that club and how they fit in the fabric of that community. Seek regular engagement with them and maybe even talk to them about fee for service so it makes it more achievable and attainable for you to actually have a relationship. Some of that stuff you might, when you go into the editing phase of this one, I might come back and go get rid of that and keep that. Is that possible? In summary, responding to the mental health concerns or working with sports clubs can... Okay. In summary, thinking about this in a practical way, centres can approach sports clubs on a number of levels. Provide links and information to relevant services and agencies, including yours. Meet with the members or the leadership of that club or group and upskill them and give them a sense of confidence when it comes to approaching mental health. Work with peers and make sure that players understand help seeking and the clubs understand help seeking. Provide guest speakers to club groups at meetings or activities or events. Support the group to run their own information. Sorry. I'll start that whole thing again. In summary, Headspace Centres can work with sports clubs to reduce mental health concerns on a number of different levels, providing them with information and mental health literacy, meeting them and getting them more confident in how to respond to mental health concerns, providing guest speakers at club activities or events, and making sure that they understand that there's a whole range of topics that you can work with them on. Working on an action plan together for the whole year around how to improve mental health, attending some of their matches and building relationships, sharing merchandise. But fundamentally, it's mostly about improving their mental health literacy and improving help-seeking skills for the people who are part of that club. There's a whole range of Headspace resources that you can utilise for sports clubs. Whether it's school-based resources or centre-based resources, often they apply to community groups in general. So put them in touch with these resources. I don't know about that. What do you think they need to know about sports clubs? It's the same shit about schools. Like, go and work with them on prevention, early intervention.
Yeah. I think that's why they were kind of put together for the module, because a lot of the principles of why you would do it are similar.
Yeah.
And I think that, I mean,
Do you want?
What you said, like what can you do, and like, you know, around the providing of resources, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think you said it.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
I think by the time you edit it, if you just get the essential points, it'll only be a 2-minute clip.
Yeah.
Like I think I went over a bunch of stuff, but at the end, just use those things.
Yeah.
But it should be. It's implied that it's kind of similar to a school.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. And actually,
Okay.
what we'll do now is we're going to do like a final concluding.
Sure.